With us is Kenny Moore, who got himself
at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the moment. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play now for the visiting Colts. Even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No two games are ever really the same, are they, Brandon? Because there's always a couple little details, standout performances, big plays that help set each game apart. That makes every one of them entertaining to be a part of.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wentz to throw. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And oh, that nearly an opening drive by the team. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Lions will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
Ooh, the juke. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 55 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Jennings. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift to about the 48-yard line. Off the play fake, Jennings. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Just a loss of yardage.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Jennings. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. To throw is Wentz. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On 1st down, Jennings. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
He was covered by Christian Fulton.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that's to Amon-Ra. It's a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jennings. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jennings. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 41 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And you give up a big one.
And that wound up traveling an even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Colts set to take over here offensively. They are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Again, it's Taylor. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. This one completes Alec Pierce. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. That one goes for 24 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
28-yard line. Working from the gun, Wentz. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. This drive has been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
On 2nd and very short, Wentz. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, it's Wentz. This is caught. Touchdown, Colts. Quez Watkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So out now come the Lions. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw on third down, Jennings. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. Back deep for the Colts, Nyheim Hines. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
He'll drop this down to Taylor. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's Oliver. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
First down, and they go with Swift again. Malik Harrison on the tackle.
He was brought down by Malik Harrison. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a carry for Oliver. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Swift. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wentz. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks. They have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lot, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. They run it here with Oliver. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Wentz now on 1st down. Pass out left, caught by Woods.
Wentz's pass completes very good. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he is swallowed up right down the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. But once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And the Colts coming out now. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. That's complete to Pierce. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On third down, Jennings. They'll find Williams on the slant. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Jennings. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Operating from the gun, Jennings. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, Jennings. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. He's past the 30. Past midfield. Look out. No whistles. He's still going. And he's going to score. Touchdown. No time remaining. And this is going to count. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our 2 games later today. In the early window, we'll have our eye on that game in Jacksonville. The Jaguars going to need to be on their A game as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Cleveland Browns. And finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Lions, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jennings. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have a Lions first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. That is catch number Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Looking to throw. Jennings. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Pass interference. Offense.
So the pass interference call on the offense obviously declined, and this will remain a turnover. Throwing on first is Wentz. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. This pass caught. It's Woods. A big play there for Indy. 42 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Taylor looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Now Wentz. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz as they have taken the lead. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the 2nd half.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Swift going to try up the middle. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down, Jennings. He finds his man, complete. That's Oliver. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. So here are the Colts to take over. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Let's give him a yard up to the 42. Here's Wentz to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. Wide open. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Wentz. And this is caught by Watkins. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. Well, listen, now, no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They go play action here on 1st down. A quick throw, but incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They run. It's Oliver. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jennings has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Swift. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, come get a little bit closer this time. Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. From the 16, Wentz. He's got his man. It's Pierce. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Wentz now on first down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. Wow, incredible.
Miss.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
that might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Wentz on third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Hines. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Off play action. Jennings. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. The Lions on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
Here's a carry for Oliver. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football defensively there.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Oliver. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Off the play fake. Jennings. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is able to keep the feet in bounds. To throw on third down. Jennings. And that will be incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Good strength, but not able to get a whole lot. Tackle shy of the 10. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Taylor. 66 yards on the ground for him so far. Wentz going to try and throw on third. Trying some right side, finding Woods here. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th-quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, who watched him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Wentz. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Wentz. His throw incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now Wentz. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now, has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game. in order to keep this one alive.
Sly able to put this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Jennings. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On first down, Jennings. St. Brown on the catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play, has him in field goal range with a chance to win. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He's made one and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. This one, Carter, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Detroit, they move back over 500 now at 6-5.